Night Shift with Respawn Machine. This is Respawn Machine. How you doing? Welcome in. Why am I so dark in... Okay, hold on. Something definitely feels off with my white balance today. I don't know why. Let's open those source properties. Let's look at those filters. Let's see what's up. Seriously, where am I? Where's my filters? Filters. Also, oh my goodness, we have so many people in here today. Welcome, guys. Bry, Gigadelic, Katamari, Nomad, I want to just call you Coke, so I'm going to do that. Coke, welcome, friends. How are you? Welcome in. Happy Thursday. We're almost there. We're almost done for the week. I hope you're all doing well. You love the open the mosh pit siren. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks, Katamari. I know. I'm pretty proud of it. But welcome, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'm starting a little late, which is something that I'm just going to have to get used to doing on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it still feels like, oh no, I'm really late. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, I don't know. Just got done doing some stuff with some What the Hex people, which is the other channel that I'm starting, which should be up soon-ish. Probably within the next week or two. I have to figure out some specs in terms of streaming and capturing multiple cameras and putting them in an overlay, which is a little finicky, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. How's my day been so far? It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Yeah. I had a dentist appointment. Oh yeah. And then what else? I played some Dark Souls because I didn't feel well, and then it just turned into like, I'm gonna play Dark Souls and do a bunch of squats while I play Dark Souls, and now my legs hurt. Yeah, but that's okay. How about yours? How about yours? Doing okay. Last sleepless Genshin nights before going to hardcore study. I feel that. I feel that, Nomad. Oh yeah. Gotta get like a few more in before it's like, all right, time to hunker down. Yeah. Yep. Oh, another channel. Yes, I am. Oh, Actuality. Thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing well. I keep meaning to put in a new Nightbot command, and I keep not doing it. But the new channel that I am starting is called What the Hex, and it's going to be a tabletop RPG channel. I'm doing it with a few other streamers, and it's gonna be like indie TTRPG. So like the ones, in case you don't know what that is, the one that most people are familiar with is Dungeons and Dragons, which is really fun. But I'm not amazing with numbers and rules. I could be, but at the moment we're focusing on like indie ones. So like weird little games that somebody made with like weird rules and some sort of unusual conceit, and we've already played one off screen. We finished one, and the other group is finishing up, and that was really fun. So I'm looking forward to it. Also, Katamari, thank you for shouting out Gigadelic and Actuality. Appreciate it. Brian, hello. How you doing? But yeah, so it's been really fun and silly, and there's been some really funny moments so far. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, definitely please go ahead and follow that, and it should be a good time. I think it's gonna be a good time. I'm excited. I am, Bri. Thank you. I'm much better. It was really weird. I got a flu shot in my left arm yesterday, and my right arm, by the end of the day, my right arm was like, my upper right arm was just like super achy and shitty, and like, I mean, all of me was kind of achy, which is fine. I'm not like, I'm not gonna freak out because a flu shot makes me achy. Like, that's kind of what, whoa, excuse me. That's kind of what it's supposed to do. Well, you know, not the main thing it's supposed to do, but it's one of the things that it does, and it's not that big of a deal. But it was really weird that like my right arm was the one that felt so shitty. So I just kind of like lazed around and played some Dark Souls, and then after playing Dark Souls, my right arm stopped aching so much. I don't understand. You would think that it would do the opposite. I don't know. So that was weird, but I am feeling much better. Thank you, Bri. Also, everyone get flu shots if you have access to them. It's very important. You know, usual stuff. It's very important right now, more important than ever, because we got to do everything we can to stay out of the hospitals because they are overfull. The demo for the new Swery game came out today. I saw, or I heard. I saw part of the demo. Didn't Whitney get early access to it? I think she posted like screen caps from it, and I saw those. And then Katamari mentioned it today. It is very unusual looking for like what you assume to be a Swery game. But yeah, I'm excited to see what it is. Also, I have a lot of respect for Swery. Swery's really cool. I mean, Deadly Premonition is really cool. But then JJ Macfield, is it Macfield? I think it is. He did a game about that had like The Missing. Yes, The Missing. Stars a trans character and apparently portrays the experience of being trans in like a really like interesting, artistic, and like thoughtful light. Like, it's brutal, but like it's apparently a really good analogy for being trans, and I think that's really cool, and I should definitely play that at some point. So I don't know, like, I know Swery got into a little trouble for a what sounds like a lost in translation kind of cultural thing, maybe, in Deadly Premonition 2, and people were accusing him of being transphobic, but then it was like he actually made a game that stars a trans character in a really positive and strong light, and I don't know. He's definitely an interesting guy. Anyway, also his apology was so nice. It had that like very sincere, like, I don't speak English, but I'm gonna do my best kind of aspect to it, and yeah. Anyway, okay, continue game. The Missing is amazing. I definitely need to play. Okay, I will. I definitely will. I think that's on my Steam wish list. If not, I should make sure it is. I should fix that. I like how these are just straight up Energizer batteries. I can't think of another game that straight up has, other than like racing games, where, you know, it's like, oh yeah, it's BMW Turbo 64 wheels. But I've never seen, I can't think of another game that has like a brand. It's like Energizer, not even like, oh, it's Energizer. It just says Energizer. They got the bunny on it and everything. That's really funny. I don't know why I haven't thought about that until just now. Okay, which direction am I going? Love that. What the Energizer battery is. Because if so, yeah, me too, kind of, actually. Alright, guns loaded. Flashlight's doing okay. I actually was gonna go back and play this through on easy, because it seems like every time, not every time, half of all the games I start on medium on this channel, I regret it. You know, I get like soft locked, or it gets really hard because I'm chatting away, and it's hard to like chat and play at the same time. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. I never touched salad. Okay. I actually meant to get a salad yesterday, because we ordered in. I got like a burrito quesadilla, and it was really good. And then I was like, you know what? A salad would be good. Okay. Yeah, a caprese salad. Because sometimes when you order salads that are in like the salad section as opposed to like when you get a let me start that over. Sometimes when you see caprese salads listed in the salad section as opposed to the appetizer section, it's like a lettucey kind of salad with like mozzarella and tomato in it. Ah, no, no, no. All right, well that worked out better than expected. But no, it was just tomatoes and mozzarella and oops, not my brightest moment. But that's okay. It was still tasty and wasn't like the worst thing for me. Just kind of a lot of food. Tomatoes and salt though? Yeah, put some salt on those tomatoes. They're good. That is the way to do it. Uh-oh. Hold on. Alan, you gotta... Okay, there we go. Whoops. That would be interesting if I got stuck behind a rock. I'm waiting for the first moment that I soft lock this game, because I'm sure it's gonna happen soon. Or not soft lock, when I glitch and get stuck somewhere. It's inevitable. Okay, got some batteries. Got a shotgun and ammo. Maybe I should start using the shotgun and ammo. Is there anything else in here? Ooh, TV. TV time.
Science. It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind.
Uh-huh.
Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs.
Uh-huh.
Tonight's episode, a quantum suicide. If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad so many
I
of
love
you
the
could
80-yard
join me
voices.
here at the Moorcock Institute. Tonight, I'm going to give a practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation.
Well, I'll explain what that means
As
for anyone who
you
doesn't
see,
know in just a
this
moment.
is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a thought experiment. And now, a real experiment, known as a quantum suicide.
Did he say suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding, right?
Please, please, stay calm. There is no risk. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon against my own forehead. Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. Not so. Observe the flower pot. And yet, I myself cannot be harmed with this gun. With each pull of the trigger, two new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire, and one where it did.
Uh-huh.
With my machine here, I have ensured that this reality is always the former. I have bestowed upon myself quantum immortality. Under no circumstances can this gun kill me.
How long are these?
What you're saying is that every time you pull the trigger, in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen somewhere. The point is, this one thing did not happen here.
You're insane, Colvin.
Insane? Insane?
Hey, was this thing supposed to be plugged in? I stumbled on it.
You fools! Gaze upon quantum immortality.
Poor Dr. Colvin, filled by his own hubris,
Well,
the ignorance of the masses. Perhaps he should have left the crate unopened, the decaying atom unobserved. Curiosity often kills the cat. In Night
that's a
Springs,
pretty good Twilight Zone parody. I like it. Also, for those of you who don't know what ADRing is, it's I can't remember what the exact acronym means, but it's when you record voices separately from what's being filmed, essentially, and then you put it over the footage, and often it turns out terribly. Like, you have to be a pro to get that right. But when it's like a deliberate choice, it looks great and it's cool. Additional dialogue recording. Thank you, Bri. See, Bri knows more film things than I do sometimes. Actually, probably pretty often. But the problem with ADRing most of the time is you can really tell most of the time when it's happening. But when it's, like a deliberate choice, then it's awesome. Like Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, there's one character whose lines are almost entirely actually, I think they are entirely ADR'd. Why? I'm pressing. Oh, I see. Oh no! Oh no! Ah! 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 Oh no! Haha! Yay! Alright, this is fast guy. Where are you, fast guy? Where is he? Mr. Fastman. There we go. Yay!
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come, assuming I'd reach the lights of the gas station alive.
Spooky, man. Oh, yeah. Talk about ADR work in American movie. Ah. There you go. I forgot to plug in my quantum entangler. What is that from again? I know there's like a quantum thing in Beast Inside, which was like a really cool aspect. There was a lot of really cool aspects of Beast Inside, and then the game itself, there were so many things that could have been so good in there, and then it was a disappointment. Like the weird, the quantum sensor that helped you find traces of like almost shadows of where people were, and then like the code cracking was fun, honestly. Excuse me. Code cracking is cool, and I like puzzles with that in mind, but then it was so broken, and it was so like predictable, but also not predictable. That the whole thing with him yelling at his wife, being like, "You were a Russian spy all along," which is like, where the fuck did this come from? There was no mention of this. Not even like oh, I missed the foreshadowing way, but like, there was nothing. There was nothing. And then all of a sudden they sprang this whole like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've been crazy. Oh man." I'm like, okay. Sure.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice.
That deer looks a little messed up right now. Ooh, a free car, everybody. Look, it's got some, oh, I guess that would be some sort of semblance of an engine. Cool. Okay. Yeah, free car. Dubbeth the new comfort streamer? English Coke, thank you. That's really nice. I'm pleased. Thank you very much.
After
That
the
is high
insanity I
praise.
just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting.
And I'm glad you're having a
At
good
least for a
time.
moment, the sane world reasserted itself.
Without sounding like smug, because I'm always I never want to come off as like smug or like, oh yeah, I guess I'm pretty funny. But like it's weird. I get a lot of people, and by a lot I mean like, I don't know, maybe like 4, who are like, yeah, horror's not my thing, but you're fun to listen to and you make it less scary. And I'm like, oh sweet, heck yeah. That's all I want. That's all I want. Got a manuscript page. You press F5 to access your manuscript pages. So last night I was like, oh shoot, yeah, let me check those out. And then I accidentally triggered my sign off screen because that's also F5. It was a goof on my end. You want to dubbeth too? You dubbeth thee as Spoony the Ladler.
I had to get inside the gas
Spoony
station
the
to find a phone to
Ladler.
call for
Thank
help.
you, Bri. Thank you. That's also high praise.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
Ladle is definitely.
I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness.
Oh.
Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only
A really
darkness.
funny nickname.
I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
But yeah, Ladle is a hilarious and probably, I mean, I haven't received a lot of nicknames over my lifetime, but that one is very funny. For those of you who are like unsure of where that's coming from, Respawn turned into Spoon, turned into Ladle, and I love it. It's really funny. Thank you, Bri. Nordic walking, incontestably proven health benefits. How is Nordic walking normal or different than like American walking? I'm pretty sure, unless you're like, you know, part of the Ministry of Silly Walks, I'm pretty sure it's all the same walk. You move your legs and you go somewhere, and that's it. See, you do have an amazing, energetic voice, which makes horror games fun to watch. Thank you so much, Stern Nomad. Yay! Thank you. I appreciate that. You normally can't get into streamers this quick, but your energy just makes it really chill. Thank you, English Coke. You guys are being so nice to me tonight. Thank you. That's all. Thanks, guys. That's really sweet of you. Yay. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here. Like, even for people who aren't really doing much and just like hanging out, lurking. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody. Alright, let's look at this poster. The 68th Annual Deer Fest! September 15th to 18th. Games and activities, raffle tickets, fishing competition, pie contests, and surprise competitions. Live music for the children. Bucktooth Charlie afternoons, and Montgomery the Mystic's Amazing Phantasmagoria evenings. I think Phantasmagoria was a kind of fucked up FMV point and click horror game from like the 90s that I read about back when I just started to get into games and was like, I don't know about that. Like Silent Hill 2 is cool, but this one sounds a little weird. Don't miss the legendary Deerfest parade. When I was getting into them, I don't know why it keeps getting swapped to rifle. Is my mouse okay? There was like you know, a certain amount of entries on Wikipedia at that point for horror games, so I was just like reading the ones that were there, especially like historic ones, I guess, and that was one of them. Anyway, let's see. It was your parents or relatives who thought your channel was Respoon, right? I don't know. My parents just know that I do this. I don't think they know like anything else about it, which I'm kind of okay with. Cuz like my mom doesn't get it. I told my dad, we explained to my dad what it was. My dad was like, "So you're telling me that, cuz he's an architect. You're telling me that I as an architect could just stream myself working on architecture and people would watch?" And we were like, "Oh yeah, they would probably watch a lot, Jim." And so he was like, "Okay," but he's not really, you know, he didn't get into it or anything. That would be really funny, and I'm sure people would watch my dad, which would be very funny. My mom is like, "Okay, don't understand. So people actually watch you playing video games? Okay." And I'm like, "Well, it's not so much about the video games. It's about like feeling like you have a friend who you're hanging out with and you are talking to them. So it's like a cozy kind of thing." And she doesn't get it. So like they don't really know. I don't think they even know my username or anything. They just know that I do this sometimes. They probably think I'm just using my flesh name, my corporeal name. As I don't know. Anyway, I smell weird. Thank you, Katamari. I'm married to her. It's okay. He is. Actually, I will say, and this is maybe a weird statement to make, I will say that I probably smell worse than Katamari on a general basis, and I don't smell bad necessarily. It's just that Katamari has like no smell. It's really weird, but also I'm a little jealous. I must have smell-o-vision activated. Oh man, that was the first time it was ever used, Brian? Wow. Huh. Go figure. John Katamari is a butter-haired stinker. What? Bri says that Katamari is butter hair because he has really nice, luscious locks. And, yeah. Anyway.
Rainbow Sheriff Station.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker, you are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen, I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake, not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
It's weird because on one hand, the character models look great. And then on the other hand, like just there, that looks great. But it'll be like, when he's talking, like his eyes will look, oh man, his eyes are so intense. Like I can really feel the emotion from his eyes, but then his mouth will be like, and it's, oh shoot.
A candy-colored clown they call the Sandman.
Oh shoot. I forgot that was all a cold open, essentially. Huh.
Just
cool.
Stardust and a whisper. Go to
End of
sleep.
episode 1.
Everything.
But yeah, it's weird, you know, like all the pieces are there, and it looks good. And then the mouth just, whoa, okay. Do I have to skip this? Or will this fade away on its own? Will I accidentally skip something if I hit skip? Or is it just like, do I want to skip this song? I don't know. I'm gonna look at chat for a moment. Everything you say needs to be explained. You loved inside jokes. Inside jokes are fun. Wonder how the remaster is gonna look. Oh, me too. Yeah. That'll be interesting. Alright, I'm gonna...
Previously on Alan Wake.
Okay.
I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
That was a pretty nasty shoulder check.
Alice? I woke up behind the wheel of
See,
a crashed car. I'm missing a
if Katamari ever shoulder checked me like that, he would immediately be like, oh no, I'm sorry. And I'd be like, it's cool. And then, I don't know.
But the cabinet disappeared.
It's just, we're not... That seems like such an aggressive thing to do, even if it's by accident. Shoulder check, please. No beard.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Why is she
Worst
yelling? I'm
weather
right
I've
here.
ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Hi.
Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Is it supposed to be snowing? I guess I kind of am in a way looking forward to snow, as long as we actually get some snow this year. Especially because Katamari and I hopefully won't have to leave the house. And I love not leaving the house every day. Which sounds weird. But like not having to drive and sit in traffic for over half an hour to get to work every day. Amazing. I was actually supposed to have an interview yesterday so originally it was supposed to be at 2. And then it got pushed back to 5. And then at 5 it got pushed back to 5:15. And then at 5:15 it got, hey, can we reschedule for Friday or Monday? And normally that would be like a uh-oh kind of situation, but this is the film world, so I'm like, I'm not even mad. Sure we can. Because that's kind of how the film world works.
Coffee's on.
It's not great,
I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by
but
tomorrow.
it's kind of par for the course. And I've been out of it for so long that I'm like, nostalgia.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover
This is
mock-ups.
super
They're on your
weird.
desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding.
Are
I didn't think you'd
these?
get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
What's that supposed to mean? Where are the mock-ups? Is this your desk? You will ship me some in a big cooler? Wait, what are you shipping me? I have lost track of what I was saying already. Yeah, it got rescheduled. I mean, I wish I could have had it yesterday, but it's definitely like, all right, okay, film industry. That's fine. Okay.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan, please check the fuse box.
Okay.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Where's the fuse box? Is it in the kitchen? Is it in the living room? Where else could the fuse box be? Honey, I've forgotten where the fuse box is.
I don't like this, Alan. Please hurry.
Oh, there it is. That's a weird looking fuse box.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just, especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know?
I like the
It gets to me.
darkness, if you couldn't
I
tell.
love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Besides, who's gonna
Okay.
play horror games with the lights
I used
on?
to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
I just so happen to have it here.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Uncanny Valley kiss. But also, why did he have that like right under the table just for right that at that moment? And why hadn't he, if they'd been together for a while, why didn't he give it to her previously?
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously
Is that a
been through
fish?
quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse,
Oh, it
or
is
you
a fish.
experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
Okay. Cool. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Scaredy cats are who does. I have gone through phases where
I believe you'll find the sheriff in her office.
thank you, doctor.
Go down the corridor.
Where darkness, I don't even, not darkness so much, where like not having the lights on makes me anxious, but that isn't so much me being afraid of the dark, it's me having like anxiety at the time. That is usually not the case. I'm usually like, cool, let's just leave the lights off, whatever, I don't really, like, but something about when you're dealing with pretty bad anxiety, like, yeah, you just want the lights on. So I get that. Missing peoples. Knack for winning contests. Oh, is this like a Kickstarter person? That would be funny if that was. Huh.
Come
Hello.
on, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Thanks.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd locked me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
Such a Twin Peaks character. My goodness.
Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The bees, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. Thank you, man, thank you. Hey,
There you go.
you're all right. You're a good guy.
Is that a manuscript right there? Yeah, it is.
Anybody tell you different?
You've experienced that before? Panic attacks are not good in the dark. Yeah, or just like when you're having like persistent anxiety for a couple days.
My eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had
You
said,
want all the
"Go
lights
through
on."
the fence on the left."
Fence on the left. All right. But fortunately, I have a weird thing where I don't like to be like, I'm anxiety free, because like if you say that, then it comes back. But I'm doing pretty good right now.
The caller
I'll say
told
that.
me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station.
Okay.
There was something for me in an abandoned car.
The junker? Is this the junker? Where's the hole in the fence? Wait, okay. Is this it? No, this car looks new. Oh, okay. Yep. There we go. Kick! Good kick, Alan. Wow. Somebody did some
Alice's
martial
driver's
arts.
license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
So, are you gonna tell her, or are you just gonna leave? I think you gotta tell her. Especially in the winter when it's dark so early. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Ah!
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Oops, I've left a lot of worlds in darkness, I guess. Sorry, guys, my bad.
All the damage the Anderson brothers might have
Hello.
caused on their recent
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me.
I don't know who he reminds me of.
You once I sick my lawyers on your ass.
Somebody.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al?
Like he looks like
We don't
somebody.
need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
Joe Pesci? I mean, he certainly sounds like Joe Pesci. I don't know if that's who I'm thinking
had
of
to talk to
visually.
someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go.
Great.
Her
to see you
eyes
again,
just
Mr.
like
Wake.
did some
Later.
kind of weird shit. I don't know. Ugh, Barry, don't be creepy.
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a Swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
Oh.
And she was very
cool.
helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do
and
you
everything's
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Siri, thank you so much. Yay, how are you? Hi. How's it going? How's the rest of your birthday? Happy birthday again, by the way. How's it going, Siri? Oh yeah, did you get anything good? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I think it's really creepy, when people, Siri, you're feeling 21 again! Yeah! Thank you so much for the resub. You're so sorry you just got up. Are you feeling any better? It's all good. We're gonna play again at some point, so you should definitely join us, but I hope you're feeling better. It's okay. I was feeling a little pouty because, like, only Justin and Crunk remembered, so I was a little like, but, you know, it wasn't like an actual game session or anything. Also, I'm just sensitive today. I guess. Anyway, but yeah, I hope you're feeling better, and I hope yesterday was super fun and amazing. Katamari, thank you for shouting out Siri. Also, you totally had a pass because you weren't feeling well. So, even though I just need to stop being a little baby who's like, they forgot about me, where? Which, when I say that, that sounds very dramatic, but no, I do just need to like people have stuff going on. It's okay. It's okay. And or just other reasons they can't make it. I'm just running back and forth here. You're not as drowsy or weak, which is good. Yes, that is very good. You're glad yesterday went smooth because today you felt like you got hit by a train? I'm so sorry to hear that. Migraine, I'm guessing? They suck. You need for people to realize no mushrooms isn't a distaste for it. You're allergic. Is that what set it off? Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's not okay. If people are like, especially people doing food prep are like, you think they got cooked in? Oh, jeez. They got removed after? That's not okay. That's like, oh, you're celiac? I guess we'll just remove the wheat afterwards. Like, that's not okay. You can't do that. Did you, like, make a note to the... Did anybody call in or like, do anything? Because that's not okay. Like, what if somebody had a peanut allergy and they were like, I guess I'll just remove the peanuts afterwards. Like, that's not good. That's not okay. Made a note to never go back to that place for dinner. Okay, good. Good. That's just really irresponsible. Wow. I'm sorry. That really sucks. Yeah. Also, my sister is also allergic to mushrooms. I don't know if it's quite to that level, but like, yeah, that's really irresponsible of them. And I'm sorry that happened.
Easy there, boy.
Aw,
I'm
Pupper.
almost done. Hey, Rusty, right? You run cabins. Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers.
Max here got his foot caught in a trap.
Aw.
They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Hell, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, boy.
Lunch hour is really good? Wait, what do you mean?
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing. Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al.
Bobby
You can do
Moynihan.
it now.
That's who he kind of looks like. He kind of looks like Bobby Moynihan. That is who. What was I talking? Oh yeah. Like hardcore fans who don't know where to draw the line are really creepy. Here you go,
Think this is
Popper.
the form you wanted?
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Oh yeah.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If
Like-
you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Okay.
Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know.
Oh
I just
boy.
don't want any trouble.
Right. Thanks.
So like I'm a fan of David Hayter.
You're
And I
asking
follow him
me
on
to believe
Twitter.
that You shot a dude who went
I think he's really cool.
into thin air, a guy who was
But there's
bulletproof
one
and turned
person
into the flashlight at
who
him.
always
You
shows
hear
up
that from people who end up spending
in the
time
comments of like
at
everything he
homes.
posts and is like, whoops, and is like crazy thirsty and like emotes and
Eating a healthy
it's just
diet of
like,
pills. Al,
okay,
you make cruel
calm down.
jokes about people who believe that kind of
it's
stuff.
like,
You're the skeptic.
yeah,
You
I don't
gave
know.
me an
It's too
hour
much. It's a
long
little
lecture on
unsettling and a
all
little
being happy
uncomfortable.
last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on. I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? That's just crazy talk, Al. Al. Al?
Is he still going on about
We
this?
should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. This is not a goddamn
That lamp
debate,
made
Barry.
no noise.
I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry. Achoo! Achoo!
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Achoo!
Stop sneezing.
Bless you.
Stop
This
it.
place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Okay. Anyway, how's everyone's Thursday? My Thursday was pretty good. It's pretty good. I also didn't feel well earlier, but mine was much more like whiny, less legit. Oops, sorry, chair. I didn't have coffee until like noon, so I had a pretty nasty headache for a little bit, but then it went away, so that's nice. Like I said, way less like, you know, actual problem and more like, oh, you didn't have your drugs for the morning? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had a dentist appointment. I had one of those moments of like, boy, I sure am a lazy piece of shit. But then I was also like, I did survive a pandemic. And I did go through like a mental health crisis at the beginning of the year. So I'm okay. I'm actually like doing okay for all that. And I feel like everyone should keep that kind of thing in mind, like especially right now. Just like we all have lived through a pandemic, so if we're all like, I don't know, if I'm doing my best stuff right now, like that's okay. Look at what's happening in the world. We're all doing okay. And that's important to remember. Now I'm just gonna knock over all of the sitting implements. Haha! Oh, can't knock that over. Wait, are there more chairs in there? Yeah, no. I won't go back inside and knock over the chairs right now. Later, maybe. Later. It's too long before coffee. I know. I had a dentist appointment at 10, and I had to drop off Katamari at work before that. And then, haha, full flip. And then I had like fluoride put on, so I couldn't drink anything for half an hour, and it just, yeah, you know, it was like by the time everything was said and done, it was noonish. Oh well, that's fine. It's funny how excuse me, it's like the second voice crack tonight. How actually addictive coffee can be. It's not just like, haha, I'm addicted to coffee. It's like, yeah. Wait, can I dual wield here? Is that what just happened? Are you still talking to me? The fuck? Yeah. Like, I get headaches if I don't drink coffee. Ha ha ha. I'm addicted to coffee. Anyway. There's times when I'm like, I wonder if I should cut down. I wonder if I should just have like, you know, 1 cup, and then maybe I should eventually wean myself off entirely.
I knew I should have
for reasons like that.
This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Now I'm just trying to knock things over with my body. Alright, head for Lover's Peak. Here we go! Doing a little jog onwards to Lover's Peak. I don't think I've ever actually been to a location with like lovers in the title, because you know there's like Lover's Peak, Lover's Lane is a pretty common moniker for certain spots. Yeah, I can't say I've ever been to a lover's area. I guess I'm probably not missing much, but yeah.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass.
Yeah, I saw it on the table.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat,
How much coffee would I drink? What, if I cut back? I mean, probably go from like 2 cups to 1 cup to no cups, maybe? I don't know.
Considering your track record, the participants...
If I decide to do it. Alright, I'm done with this radio interview. Haha! Gonna leave the lights on. Like the menace that I am. I can't cause that much destruction right now, so I'm just gonna leave the lights on. Whee! Wait, hold on! Ah! No! No, how dare you! Oh! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Oh no! Now I've done it. Whoops. Alright, I should be able to jump over here. Yeah, okay. Tire swing! Yes! What is that? This is important, everybody. I have to do this. I have a compulsion. I don't know what it is with chairs and video games, but see if I can get this one off of here. Let's see if I can get this through here and off the... Maybe not. Maybe not. Chairs! Chairs. Yeah, I don't think I can get that one off there, which is a bummer. But I can hit that with my body. Yay! Okay. I think that's good. I think we're good there. Hey, what's going on in this cabin? Uh-oh, those windows are looking pretty mangled. That's not good. Wheelbarrow. Yes. Yes. Haha. There we go. Yay! Okay. Please tell me there's a whiteboard somewhere. I hope. I hope there is. Oh, that was a kick apparently. Okay. Hey, crows. Sorry about that. Uh-huh. There's some blood on the floor. TV. There we go.
The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs.
Uh-huh.
Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
Alright, I might watch these later. Because I want to go find more trash cans to knock over, like a little raccoon. Like a little raccoon feller. Moonshine Cave? Neat. Sorry, Bri. Phone. Gotta find more trash cans. Gotta find more trash cans to knock over. And a manuscript page. Can you walk off of cliffs in this game? Or is there like an invisible wall? It's always, I don't know, it's always interesting to see which games decide, oh yeah, there'll be an invisible wall, and which ones are like, nah. Fall to your death. Try it, I dare you. I'm so tempted, but I'm gonna see if I can go a little longer without getting a game over from messing around.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
What? I am helping. Where is he? Is he in here? That dog better be okay. Where's the dog? Oh, dog's good.
Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must. The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Not here. Not here. Is it across the way? I like how the dog's just like
good boy.
Crated up. They're like, no, we're not messing with the dog. The dog's fine, don't worry. Nah, no worries. Thank you guys. It's like these people know they know me. They're like, yeah, Respawn will be upset
The only way to make
if
sure
a
that
dog gets
Rusty was
hurt.
safe
People,
is to get
that's
the
fine.
power running and
Dog,
the lights back on.
no. Absolutely not. Manuscript. And where? Oh, yes, please. Thank you. Aha. Oh, nice hatchet.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Uh-huh.
Rusty! Rusty!
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Just need hunting licenses.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Return to Rusty, it says. No, doggy! No! They killed the dog. Somebody must die. Doggy is not okay. Time to die, motherfuckers.
Who purchased a park fishing license? Obey the Park Ranger's instructions.
Did you kill the dog?
Rusty? Rusty, no! Never. Two bears and wolves never approached any other closer than 25 yards. Pets must be leashed at all times. Never leave your pet unattended.
Okay.
To remove any objects or historical artifacts from the park. This includes even rocks you may find along the river, or even simple berries.
Do you want to come back here? Thank you. Great. Oh, hey. Ah! Great. Still mad about the dog. How dare. How dare. How dare this game kill a poor innocent pupper. You can kill all the humans you want, game. The moment you start murdering puppers... Ah, wait, what the heck just happened? What damaged me? What damaged me? Was that the old step on the rake, get smacked in the face strike that damaged me? I'm sorry, what the heck? Did physics just like, nope. Like, what? That was amazing, whatever it was. Oh, there goes a tree. Did I miss anything back here? The tree, this a chair. What's this building? Yay, physics! Yay! I hope that was just like a step on a rake kind of situation. That would be really funny to actually have that like injure you in a game. I would love that if I was playing a game and an Easter egg was that occasionally there'd be a rake lying around, and if you stepped on it, it would actually come up and hit you in the face and damage you. That would be hilarious, because it's just such a silly like old gag from cartoons, and I don't know, I just think that'd be funny. Maybe it was shadow groundhogs. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Possibly. Rip in peace, pups. Same goes for cats. Don't be hurting pups or cats, even if they're not real in games. Unless you want me to feel, I guess, especially mad at something. Then I guess that works. Alright, here we go! Phone call.
What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
All right. The naturescapes are very nice. The environment stuff. Oh, that's a steep drop. Okay. Was thinking I could traipse off into the woods a bit, but I guess not. Oh, was I supposed to make a loop-de-loop? I don't follow paths. Ooh, chairs. Trash can. Hold on. I have to... Oh, okay. Well, it's knocked over. It's good enough for me. Ooh, beer! Beer in a belt. Belted beer is what that looks like. Gonna start some water for tea? Okay. Sounds good, bruh. Checkpoint reached. Sorry, slightly itchy tonight. I guess not any itchier than I normally am, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever. For your safety, stay on designated hiking trail. Okay. Gotta feed wildlife. Lover's Peak is that way.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
I want to go to Moonshine Cave. Ooh. Can I go to Moonshine Cave? Ooh. What's in here? I know I'm not supposed to be here, and that's why it's fun. I like big caves like this. Big caves like this are super neat. I don't like the really tight little, like, oof, owie, ouch, my ribs kind of caves. Those are scary. Caves like this are heckin' cool, though. Oh, that's super cool. Like, caves that you can see to the... Okay. That you can see to the sky from. And that has like plants growing in them. Those are so cool. Here's the stash. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Go away. Man, these people are persistent. I hate it. Like, I hear my follow noise and I'm like, oh boy, a follow. And then it's like, no, it's just a stupid bot made by somebody who has no friends. Oh well. It's goofy as fuck that this is still happening. And not like the fun goofy, like the, oh, that's goofy. Like, why? Why is this still happening? Also, what is somebody's motivation to do something like this? That I don't understand. Anyway, there's only one. So if this person, no, I don't think they're in chat. There's part of me that's like, hey, if you're a person, sorry, welcome. But I really doubt that. Although I'm sure at some point in the past couple of weeks, there's been a case where someone's followed and the streamer's been like, oh, stupid bots, and they're like, hey, wait, I'm not a bot. All right. All right, there we go. Cool. Like, there's had to have been at least one instance of somebody being like, ew, a bot, ban it. And then the person, like, they're actually being a person on the other end, being like, wait, no. I promise I'm not a bot. Like, there's have to have been, like, one. And, you know, that would suck. But at the same time, bots are kind of a problem right now, so it's bound to happen. Alright. Lover's Peak. What's this way, though? Manuscript. Sweet. Gotta knock over this log. Yep. Lovely. I guess that's it over here. I need to drink more water. I've been pretty bad about drinking water over the past couple days. Like, inadequate amount of water, like as much as one should. So one should drink, like, what seems to be a lot of water. Okay. Hello? Who is there? Can you please come out so I can shoot you? If you wouldn't mind. Would be much appreciated. The old great one. Felled by lightning in 1937. Okay. Wow, okay. Ow. I don't know where I'm going. Oof. Well. Okay. There's one. Find the others. There's another one. There we go. Alright, there's probably more around here. The Great Old One sounds like a very... Oh, okay. Felled by lightning in 1937, this exceptionally tall rocky mountain, Douglas fir, Pseudotsuga menziesii, subspecies glauca, was over 200 years old. According to local legends, it stretched beyond the stars. After it fell, it was measured to be 66 meters tall, nearly a record length. Wow, okay, cool. This way, hiking trail. Okay. Ow! There you go. Cool. Alright. Uh-oh, I am almost out of bullets! Time for 2 shotgun shells, I guess. Are there any melee weapons in this game? I've totally forgotten. Great. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more bullets. Tea is steeping. Good. Good, good, good. What kind of tea are you having? Time to jump off the cliff? Well, now that you're telling me to do it, I don't want to do it. Because that's how I work. I'm a very silly person who doesn't like to do things other people think I should do. Haha. That is a unfortunate true fact about myself. It's kind of inconvenient sometimes. Because it's like, even when there's things that I know I should do and that would be good for me, as soon as someone's like, yeah, you should do that, I'm like, well, now I don't want to. It's just like, oh God, don't be such a douche. Like, just do the things you need to do self. Don't be all like, well, no, I don't want to. It's not worth it. But that's who I am, unfortunately. / fortunately. But at least you'll never have to worry about me being a fascist, because they'll be like, do fascist things, and I'll be like, how dare you? I will eat your soul. Because fascism is all about taking orders. Those people love taking orders. I don't get it. I don't like taking orders from anyone. Unless, well, no, that's not entirely true. I don't mind taking orders from people that I respect who have been designated as the leader of the situation. But I don't like it when I'm like in a group with my peers and they're like, hey, Respawn, do the thing. Then I'm like, no. And I don't like taking orders from the police because I don't trust the police, but I guess I probably would because I don't want to die. Anyway, what does it say? The Taken are filled with darkness. Oh, okay. Cool. Fine then. Don't jump off a cliff. Okay. Sorry for being difficult. And coughing a lot. I think I just inhaled cat hair again. Lemongrass and spearmint green tea. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds fancy. Is it decaf? Because green tea does have a little caffeine. I need to get back into drinking tea. It's a really good habit to get into. It's a good way to stay hydrated. There was one point before our wedding where I was drinking like 4 cups of herbal tea a day, which was good. I mean, yeah, it's like a tasty way to stay hydrated. Not as quick and convenient as just pouring yourself a cup of water, but, you know, pretty good. Oh boy, where's my flare gun? Oh, I don't have the flare gun at the moment. Frick! Oh, frick! Oopsie poopsie, god damn it. Ow! Ow! No! Oh no! Oops! Oh, why is my door open? Aw, Tilly! Did you let yourself in? Tilly opened the door and let herself into the office like a good girl. Hi! Tilly is under the desk. Hi! She likes being under there, I think, in part because she knows that it's difficult for me to extract her. So I can't pick her up and hold her up for the camera. She's smart. She's smart. This cup of tea will be on top of the gallon of water you drank today. And the coffee you drank this morning. A gallon of water. I'm still like, boy, that's a lot of water. Here we have a Tilly exchange program. What do you mean? Like, Tilly goes to visit places? I wish I could take her. I just want to be able to put her in like a large bag, like a large tote bag. Like, you know, somebody with a purse dog. Just want to have like a tote cat. What is this? A bloody shirt? What the heck is a bloody shirt? Is that is that dirty or bloody? No, it's bloody. Why is there a bloody shirt here? Seems like kind of a random place. This is really weird. I have never actually streamed with the door open. Oh, thank you. That wasn't like a count more and close the door kind of thing. Thanks. Yeah, I've never actually streamed with like the door open, which doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but yeah, I mean, as a streamer, I feel like I need certain things to be certain ways or it's weird for me. Like, oh hey, where'd you come from? Oh, it bounced off. Oh no! Whoops! Yeah, I know they can, but I don't have one of those right now. Oh, golly. Golly gee, guys. Golly gee. Uh-huh. Okay. Why don't I do this a little bit? Just run for a minute. Just run like heck for a minute. Okay. This guy. Yay! Yay, I have 3 bullets left. That's good. Goody. It doesn't seem like headshots particularly do more damage or anything either. I get to visit with Tilly for a week, and you can borrow my Prince mannequin. Brilliant. Brilliant. If Tilly was capable of riding the train on her own, then sure. But sadly, she does not understand currency or the English language all that well. She definitely understands, like, more than we give her credit for. But yeah. Doesn't really know how to pay for a train ticket, unfortunately. Otherwise, I think that'd be a great opportunity. Right, bud? You not understand how to use currency? She doesn't understand how to use currency. Dang it, Tilly. I know. If only. She knows how to roll a die. A die, not a dice. That was weird. I combined die and dice into a die. But yeah, taught her that. I'm trying to teach her how to spin now, which is a little cumbersome. Because I have to go spin and then like guide her around with the food and then be like, wow, good job. And we'll see. We'll see if she ever gets that one. It's a little abstract. So, I don't know. We'll see. Spin. Spin. Oh. That is swinging. Ah! Yes. Haha. All right. Can I knock over dumpsters? Maybe if they're at the right angle, then I could probably knock them over. All right, where am I going? What am I doing? Visitor center. This way, I believe. All right. Yeah, but like, I can't 'cause logs. Oh, haha. Yes, I can because jump. God, Alan, you're so out of shape. Stop panting and pick up the manuscript. This man's is out of shape. Like, I don't run on the regular, but like I'm surprised at how often I realize I'd be able to run compared to video game characters, if that makes any sense. Like, there's a lot of video game characters where like you'll sprint for like 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and then they're like, and like, I get it. It's to make the game so you can't literally sprint through the game, but like, come on, I can sprint for longer than that. That's sad, 'cause I'm out of shape. Oh. Oops. Right. The lift. Got it. There we go. Okay. Boom. Let's go! Oh no! Oh no. Oh hey, Darkness, what's up? How you doing? Oh boy. Hello, shadow people. How you doing? That's a cool machete.
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming.
Grab your flashlight.
That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares won't keep the bastards away.
You can see them too?
Hell, of course I see him. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
Let's move.
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took
All right.
a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up.
Ow! Okay. Is there any more? Looking for more. This guy's a bad shot.
Lover's Peak, right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun.
No time for back talk. Hold them off, damn it.
All right. Okay.
A little longer. Scare them off.
Aha.
Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us. Just a little longer. I almost got it. Okay, it's open. Move it or lose it.
Boom. Yeah.
That's right. Oh, you feeling better now, Wake? All cozy and safe.
All right. Great.
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon.
Appropriate heart up there. Great.
This is it, Wake. The last stand. There's more players here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
Got a thermos. Got the thermos. All right. You're a terrible shot, sir. Okay. Yeah, this guy's not a very good shot. Ah, frick. Oh boy. Watching me play this makes you want to play again? I get that. I get that.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming! That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
How many flares? 5? Okay. Thank you for a follow if you are a human. Let us see. Let us see. No, not a human. Well. Not surprising. Nope. Not surprising. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna call it here before I get too much further in this, because I do actually want to go back and replay this on easy. Because I'm a weenie, but also it's difficult to be entertaining and play at a skillful level at the same time. I know some people can do it really easily, but I have not mastered that skill yet, so I'm gonna go back and play this on easy and get up to this point. And then sorry, that was very like long-winded. I don't think I'm going to be streaming tomorrow because I'm actually going to go see some friends and see Mike Birbiglia, which is going to be exciting, who is a comedian if you don't know. And that'll be really fun. But I will be probably not be doing an Indie Horror Saturday this week, but an Indie Horror Sunday. So I will see you for that. And yeah, sorry, I just burped on stream. Whoops. I'm excited to see you all for some more Alan Wake. This is a fun game. I forgot that this is very. I forgot how good this is. I think I played it during like a weird time in my life, I guess. So I'm a little like, you know, so it's weird thinking about that. But 2 out of 10 burp. Okay, that's good. So yeah, I wouldn't want to do like I'm not a burp person. Sorry I wasn't up to your standards though, Bri. Anyway, this will be fun. So, who should we go see tonight? What about Bet JK has some killer burps? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, most certainly. Most certainly. Let's go. Raid. I haven't raided Slam Bob in forever. So let's go raid him. Let's go see what he's up to. So I hope you will stick around and say hello. And thank you so much for hanging out. And I hope to see you again soon. Alright? That was basically my outro, but oops. Oh well. That is it for the night shift with Respawn Machine. I hope you had a great time. I definitely did. And I hope to see you again soon. Take care, friends. Good night.